Welcome to episode 32 of the Emberhart podcast. In today's episode, we dive into million-dollar habits, not the flashy kind, but the quiet, powerful routines that shape extraordinary lives. Whether you are building courage, discipline, or a life that reflects your values, these habits are the hidden engines behind long-term success. Let us get into it. What million-dollar habits got right, the 8 takeaways that matter. Dear Amelia Emberhart, I just finished listening to a book called Million Dollar Habits by Brian Tracy. It is one of those books with a bit of everything, dozens of habits, ideas, stories, and advice, all bundled together. Some of it felt a little too general. Like when someone reminds you to be positive or set goals, nothing new, but still good in theory. But here is what I have learned about books like that: if you listen carefully, and slow down, you will notice a few ideas that really land. Small phrases or ways of thinking that quietly open a door. So instead of trying to follow all the advice, I have picked 8 habits worth keeping, 8 that have depth, practicality, and a kind of long-term power that shapes who you become. 1. Think better, live better. Mental habits are everything. You are where you are because of your habitual ways of thinking. Every result in your life begins in your mind. That sounds dramatic, but it is true. How you talk to yourself, the thoughts that play in the background of your day, affect your energy, your confidence, your decisions, and your emotional tone. If your thoughts are full of, "I am not good enough," or "this always goes wrong," then even opportunities will feel like threats. You might sabotage things before they begin. But if your mental habits are rooted in curiosity, possibility, and self-belief, then even setbacks become something you can grow from. What to do? Notice the voice in your head when things go wrong. Ask, would I say this to someone I love? If not, change the tone, not to fake positivity, but to gentle truth. Thoughts are not just random. They are trainable. 2. Courage is not magic, it is practice. You develop the habit of courage by acting courageously whenever it is required. Fear never fully goes away. It just changes shape. The key is not to wait for confidence, the key is to act anyway, even when your hands are shaking a little. Each time you face something scary, raising your hand, saying what you really think, standing up for someone, starting something new, you create evidence that you can handle it. Over time, that evidence becomes identity. What to do? Start small. Say one thing you usually hold back. Try a new class. Ask a question. Say yes to something that feels exciting and uncomfortable. Keep a courage journal, track the moments you showed up, even when nervous. Courage grows every time you practice it. You are not born with it, you become it. 3. Self-discipline is how you show yourself love. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. That sounds strict, but it is actually freeing. Discipline is not about punishment. It is about keeping promises to yourself. When you push yourself to study a little longer, go for that workout, get up early, or finish what you start, even when you feel tired, you are telling your future self, you matter. I have got you. What to do? Use small rituals. Set a timer and work for 20 minutes. Then rest. Build routines that make decisions easier. When you finish something hard, say to yourself, I did it because I care about me. Discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. And it builds something rare, self-trust. 4. Say kind things about others, especially when they are not around. Speak positively of others, and you build both them and yourself. Most people spend time gossiping, complaining, or comparing. That is the easy way. But you can train yourself to take a different path, to be someone who builds up the people around you. Not in fake or dramatic ways, but in little moments. Compliment a classmate's idea. Mention something good about someone when they are not in the room. Share what you admire, even if it is quiet. When you do this, something surprising happens. You start seeing the good more often, in them, and in yourself. And when others feel seen, they start showing you more of their real selves. That is the root of real connection. 5. Ask the scary question, would I start this again? If I were not in this situation already, knowing what I now know, would I enter it today? This question is uncomfortable. It cuts through guilt and habits and, I should probably stick with it, thinking. It asks for honesty. Use it on activities, routines, even friendships. Sometimes you realize you are only still doing something because you are used to it. But your time and energy are precious. Why keep spending them on things that no longer fit? What to do? Review your week. Pick one thing you are dragging your feet on. Ask, if I had the choice today, would I say yes to this again? If the answer is no, plan a way to step out with grace and intention. This is not quitting. It is realigning. Your future deserves an honest review. 6. No excuses. Ever. You are responsible. No one is coming to rescue you. This might sound cold. But it is not meant to blame, it is meant to empower. When you stop blaming others, the past, the system, or bad luck, you get your power back. Life is not always fair. But excuses do not fix anything. They just give your energy away. What to do? When something goes wrong, ask, what part of this can I learn from or influence? Replace, yeah, but, with, next time, I will. Own your part, and move forward with more insight and strength. Responsibility is the root of growth. It is how you stop being stuck and start becoming someone who shapes her own future. 7. Gratitude is fuel. Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. Gratitude is not just for good days. It is especially for the hard ones. When you make gratitude a habit, by writing it down, saying it aloud, or just pausing to notice, you train your brain to see the present instead of always chasing the future. What to do? Every night, write 3 things that went well today. Even tiny ones. Say, thank you, with real attention, to people, to yourself, to the moment. When you feel down, ask, what am I not noticing right now? Gratitude expands your world. It makes joy more available, not later, but now. 8. Say this often, I like myself. The most powerful words you can say to yourself are, I like myself. At first, this will feel weird. Maybe even fake. But try it. Out loud. Right now. I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. Do it in the mirror. Whisper it when you mess up. Say it when you are tired or unsure. According to Tracy, repeating this simple phrase rewires how you see yourself. It becomes a new inner rhythm, one that strengthens your self-image over time. You are not saying you are perfect. You are reminding yourself that you are worthy of your own kindness. What to do? Make it a daily habit, 10 times each morning or night. Use it in hard moments. Let it become your inner friend, not your critic. If you like yourself, not just love or tolerate yourself, you will carry your head higher, take more chances, and recover faster. A small challenge for you, Amelia. I want you to pick just one of these 8 habits. The one that quietly speaks to you. Write it on a sticky note or in your notebook. Try it every day for a whole week. Then pause and ask, what did I feel? What changed? Do I want to keep going? You do not have to fix or master anything overnight. But one small shift, repeated with intention, can shape the next version of you. And that is how we grow into who we are meant to become. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path. Thank you for listening to the Emberhart podcast. If you found value in today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who would benefit. And do not forget to sign up for our newsletter at emberhart.com, where we share stories, tools, and challenges to help girls become who they are meant to be. Until next time.